I come back. So this is my schematic diagram for the basic AC power and DC power on helicopter or aircraft. And basically this information is, I believe, is a basic, and for the purpose of understanding the electrical system, I did the simplest way to understand how the generation of DC power, or how the generation for the AC power, how it comes from and how it does. So basically we start from the beginning. So when the aircraft want to start up, basic for basic aircraft, during the starting it will use the battery. So the battery, the full capacity for the battery is standardized. So all the battery for aviation standard will be supplied from 24 volt DC, nickel cadmium. It depends. There is lead acid and nickel cadmium dry cell or wet cell. So it depends on what type of aircraft they're using, and but the capacity, I do believe that most of them are the same, but it depends on OEM, the manufacturer, so how it does. So they create, their own aircraft, so they know how to create it. So when the battery is start up for supplying the power for the engine, there is a two-way. So there is a DC external power, with of course supplying 28 volt DC, or at the same time there some aircraft will be using AC for starting, because the generator on the aircraft using AC generator. So for the starter generator, they will have to use AC power. So it depends. Some aircraft is using AC power during starting, some other aircraft is using DC power during starting, but the outcome is the same, but the way to get the outcome might be different. So there is a two-way, battery and DC external power. So from the battery you also can get the DC power, because battery is absolutely a direct current. And the DC external power, you also have a generator inside the external power, giving you the same DC power. But during starting, the DC power will provide you electrical power for the starter to start the engine. It depends how many engine you have, maybe 1, 2 or 3, so it depends. So during starting, the aircraft will utilize most of the 24 volt AC, or maybe might be less. During for the ignition, some aircraft might need 16 volt DC to ignite the electrical power for fully utilize the electrical system. But most of the system might be using the all 24 volt DC. So it depends, but the requirement is the same, 24 volt DC. So from the starting system, there's two you need to understand for starter generator: when is becoming a starter and when it's becoming generator. So to understand how changing from the starter to be generator, there's two things. First, for starter generator, you need to understand what is series connected. So I cannot really explain right now, because all the things, so it's better for you to understand itself. So what is the series connected meaning? And after you have complete the series connection and how it changes from the starter after it get the idling speed, and the speed will be automatically changing from the starting low speed to the high speed for the generator extending to the shunt field circuit. So there's a two way you need to understand. There's a way you need to understand from the starter to generator. It's the same component, starter generator, but you need to understand how it's changing from the starter to generator, how it does. Okay, that's it. And then you get the DC power. So there's another way for you to get from the DC power to AC power. First, you have a static inverter. So a static inverter, I do believe inverter, from what do I understand, there's two: mechanical inverter and static inverter. So nowadays, most of manufacturers, they are not using mechanical inverter. So most of them will be using static inverter because it is quieter and more efficient. So, and then if the aircraft is not utilizing inverter because of some situation, example during the flight, so they will have to do with the transmission or condensator. Okay, this one is the best part. So what do I want to explain on here is how the outcome of AC power will get how the AC power generated by the AC generator. So you need to understand that the helicopter, most of helicopter, they do not introduce any IDG or CSD, because most of the IDG and CSD constant speed drive we utilize only on the fixed wing for aeroplane because of the changing of the engine power and engine RPM. So the engine speed will be variable, so they will need IDG or CSD to give the constant frequency for the AC power, because AC power is alternating power, so they need a frequency for it to produce. It's different from the DC power because it's direct. So AC power, they need to understand there's a different method for it to produce. So how the helicopter create AC power is by using the helicopter itself, by using their own basic aerodynamic. Okay, now you need to understand that the aircraft will flying on constant NR. Okay, why the aircraft on helicopter fly on constant NR? We will proceed on another video because this story will be long. So the constant NR. So NR is meaning that number of rotation. So aircraft, helicopter will fly on a constant number of rotation of the blade. So by doing that, you have a constant drive from the transmission. So the transmission will be driving the AC generator to get the AC power. So if you see that the AC power synchronized speed formula, you can get the rated speed for the aircraft. You just fill up all the requirement for the formula, and you will get the rated speed for the RPM for you to get the 400 Hz on the AC generator. So I think this is the best story on how helicopter might be different to understand from the aircraft or from the helicopter, from the fixed wing or aeroplane, because most of helicopter, I think I do believe that all helicopter, they are not introduced any IDG and CST on the helicopter due to their own basic aerodynamic. So I think that's it. There's not much for me to explain on here. First, you need to know what is DC. So you need to understand what is AC. So after you have understand the component that utilize DC power, or what is in common that utilize AC power. So I think at the end of my video, I just want you to know that how the circuit, or how the basic understanding for the DC generation and AC generation. But for the complete of my purpose, I think you need to do more research about what is the component that DC power utilize and what is the component that AC power utilize. So how the generator changing on its circuits for starter and generator, and at the same time how the GCU works. Okay, I forgot to tell you about the GCU. Okay, the GCU will provide you a voltage regulations and at the same time load protection circuit for over voltage, under voltage and under frequency. Generator protection circuit for feeder fault and under current, over current. So this is one of the component that will help as safety features for the generator, regarding on the three that I highlighted on here, for the over voltage, under voltage and under frequency. So because certain component, they might be restricted, so they will get faulty message due to the situation or condition on here. So they do not want such thing to happen. So the GCU will provide the safety features for that matter. So I think that's it. You need, so now you have understand that where the generation of the emergency battery come from, and then what is the power that using, how the DC power generated, how the AC power generated. You need to understand a little bit on something before looking on here. I hope my notes will at least give you a figure on how the aircraft using the electrical power or DC power or AC power for the electrical system, or for the helicopter, for the aircraft. And right, think see you on the next time. Bye bye.